So I'd just like to introduce this evening's entertainment with George Tudor-Hart and the World of Sea Shanties.
Well, good evening. We are some of the Colliers Wood Shanty Singers from that renowned area in Merton known as Colliers Wood, which of course was the habitation of Captain Cook, Lord Nelson and his floozy Lady Hamilton. Shanty songs, we're going to do one song from each period, starting with the Tudors. I'm going to talk for a couple of minutes about what shanty songs are. So, shanty songs are from the French chanté. The earliest songs we've got are from Tudor times, but of course the idea of having a work song certainly goes back to Roman times. So shanty songs are basically work songs so that the men get a rhythm. So if you've got 5 men pulling on a rope, if we say ho and ho and ho, of course we need to get a rhythm for them. If we have a repetitive task and sea pumps, for example, all wooden ships leaked. So in most ships, using a sea pump wasn't an occasional activity, it was a constant activity. So singing sea songs, shanties for pumps, kept 2 guys in rhythm, and of course it made it a far less boring activity. When I was in America, I always wanted to see the slave gangs singing songs, the chain gangs, and I was terribly disappointed when I found they no longer did it. I had this vision of sort of chain gangs going on. Oh, put me on. Anyway, that's the idea. So to go back to shanties. There was a sort of split because certainly from the 18th century, sea shanties were sung in merchant ships rather than Royal Navy ships. Why? Because of course with the merchant ship, the less the crew, the lower your overheads are. So there was no money in having more men than you needed. And as in the 18th century, steam hadn't been invented, every manual task was either done by a horse or a man, and you didn't have horses on a ship, so you had men. And so they worked out, or they knew from the past, that 5 or 6 men would do as long as they were coordinated. Royal Navy, I mean, they had, Victory used to have 1,000 people on board. So if you got 1,000 people, for Christ's sake, you haven't got a problem with coordinating labour. If you read books about the Royal Navy, you find there occasionally when the men insisted on a shanty, and then there was a huge argument with the officers whether there should or shouldn't be one. And of course, Brits generally being belligerent, they would always demonstrate they couldn't possibly do the task without a shanty. So, heyday of shanty songs was in the 19th century, and as steam and then diesel took over, of course, shanties were no longer necessary. But they survived, and indeed we were playing last week somewhere and a young man came up to me. When I say young, I mean 22, 23. He'd been a crew member on a commercial cruiser, and his captain had insisted all new crew learnt 4 shanties. So it does actually still exist in the trade of being a merchant seaman. As for us, Peter is our only genuine article. He was born in Cornwall and he was brought up singing shanty songs. So I met Peter about 12 years ago. Peter sang in our local community choir, meaning you don't need an audition. And in lockdown, I persuaded him that we would start a shanty singing group. So we started in my garden 2.5 years ago. We have a professional leader who's not with us, who Clayton knows, who's the nearly famous Alistair Sutherland, who is a baritone and he's a professional opera singer. So because of him, we usually sort of use him as a crutch, but you've got us without the crutch tonight. Yes. what Mike has given you, he's given you.
Let's see the talk.
He's given you chorus sheets. Now, what we did is we chose 8 songs from the chorus sheets, which go through periods of time, but it jumps in numbers. Usually, when we do a performance, we do numbers, 1 to 24, so that the less mentally able don't get muddled up. So you will have to actually jump around. So the first song we will sing is number... No, it's not. It's number 23, which is Haul on the Bowline. And where did I get this from? Take it. So, sorry, Haul on the Bowline is the oldest one which is officially a shanty. And it was allegedly used to launch one of Henry VIII's ships. And at the time, they said they were using an old-fashioned song. So it is an old song. So we're starting with that, and which is... So the idea is, and this is what makes shanties fun, and why we do it, is because the whole point is that the audience or the crew join in the choruses. And so I will give you the chorus. When I go dum-dum-de-dum-dum, that's the verse, and then when I give the words, it's the chorus. So the tune on Haul on the Bowline. Dee-da-da-dum-da-da-do-do-do-do-do-do. Haul on the bowline, the bowline, haul! So obviously the shout pull is when you pull the bowline. Let's try it again. 2, 3, 4. Dee 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 doo dee da 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 da. Haul on the bowline, haul! Right, good. Well, I'm glad to see we've got a cooperative room. Sometimes we don't have cooperative, and then I have to go to extreme measures, which they get angry with me. Yes. So this is a relief for them. Yes. Right, let's make it even merrier by banging the boran.
Haul of the bowline, great ship now is rolling.
Haul on the bowline,
Haul of the bowline, Kitty is my darling.
Haul on the bowline,
Haul of the bowline, Kitty comes from Liverpool.
Haul on the bowline,
Haul of the bowline, the old man now is growling.
Haul on the bowline,
Haul on the bowline, so early in the morning.
Haul on the bowline,
Haul on the bowline, it's long time to payday.
Haul on the bowline,
Haul on the bowline, round the world and back again.
Haul on the bowline,
Haul on the bowline, homeward we are going.
Haul on the bowline, haul! It's because he's not on a boat. He gets nervous when he's not on a boat. Now the next one is from the wards in the Dutch Peninsula. Some of the, or many of the shanties are actually quite sad. So this is about losing your true love. And it's a pump song. And of course, if you were on a pump, you could be on there for 4 hours. And, well, you can imagine being on a bloody pump for 4 hours, you're not watching it, you're actually working it. So this is Lowlands Away. And officially, its origins are in the 17th century.
I dreamed a dream the other night.
No, let's get the key right.
I dreamed a dream the other.
Yes.
I dreamed a dream the other night. Lowlands, lowlands away.
And they'll be getting wrong because I should do the chorus for them, and that is the wrong key. So this is the tune and the chorus. Dee-da-da-dum, dee-da-da-dum. Lowlands, lowlands away, my John. Dee-da-da-da, dee-da-da-dum. Lowlands away. Once more. Dee-da-da-dum, da-da-da-dum. Lowlands, lowlands away, my John. Da 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 dum. Lowlands away.
I dreamed a dream the other night. Lowlands, lowlands away, my John. I dreamed a dream the other night. Lowlands away. I dreamed I saw my own true love. Lowlands, lowlands away, my John. I dreamed I saw my own true love. Lowlands away. I dreamed she came to my bedside. Lowlands, lowlands away, my John. I dreamed she came to my bedside. Lowlands away. The sea green weed was in her hair. Lowlands, lowlands away, my John. The sea green weed was in her hair. Lowlands away. And then I knew my love was dead. Lowlands, lowlands away, my John. And then I knew my love was dead. Lowlands away. My love, she lies in the lowlands low. Lowlands, lowlands away, my John. My love, she lies in the lowlands low. Lowlands away.
Well, thank you very much. And I really do thank you for joining in. Bravo to you. You're obviously a top-rate bloody audience. The next one, again, is surprisingly old. It's dates from the 17th century, which is a song about whiskey. It's interesting because, of course, before rum was available, whiskey was available before rum because, of course, sugar production wasn't started until later. So this is Whiskey O, which is... oh, yeah, sorry, I forgot to give you the number. Number 25 in your books. And this is the chorus. Da da dum da 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 dum. Dee da dum da da dum da dum.
Whiskey, oh, Johnny, oh, rise her up from down below. Whiskey, 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 oh, it's up aloft this yard must go. Rise her up from down below.
And we try it again. Da da dee da dum da dum. Dee da dum da da dum da dum.
Whiskey, oh, Johnny, oh, rise her up from down below. Whiskey, 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 oh, it's up aloft this yard must go. Rise her up from down below. Oh, whiskey is the life of man, always since the world began. Whiskey, oh, Johnny, oh, rise her up from down below. Whiskey, 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 oh, it's up aloft this yard must go. Rise her up from down below. Oh, whiskey is the life of man. Whiskey from an old tin can. Whiskey, oh, Johnny, oh, rise her up from down below. Whiskey, 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 oh, it's up aloft this yard must go. Rise her up from down below. Aye, so I heard the old man say, I should speak through in a decent way. Whiskey, oh, Johnny, oh, rise her up from down below. Whiskey, 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 oh, it's up aloft this yard must go. Rise her up from down below. I treats me crew in a decent way.
Yay!
Give some whiskey twice a day. Whiskey, oh, Johnny, oh, rise her up from down below. Whiskey, 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 oh, it's up aloft this yard must go. Rise her up from down below. Ah, whiskey made me pull me close.
Oh.
Whiskey gave me a broken nose.
Oh!
Whiskey, oh, Johnny, oh, rise her up from down below. Whiskey, 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 oh, it's up aloft this yard must go. Rise her up from down below. A glass of whiskey all around. A bottle full for shanty man. Whiskey, oh, Johnny, oh, rise her up from down below. Whiskey, 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 oh, it's up aloft this yard must go. Rise her up from down below.
Alright, we're now jumping forward to about 1790s, which is a Royal Navy song, and it's relatively rare to have a Royal Navy song. This was commissioned, and because it was the government paying for it, it's an instructional song, as you will see. It actually sort of, for new sailors, it gives them things to memorise for navigation and for well, you'll see, fulfilling basic duties. So this is number 2 in your songbooks. It's from the very early days of the Napoleonic Wars, when the UK or England was supplying Spain with equipment and men to fight the French. Boats were going across, and of course the men would have rest and recreation and occasionally marry locals, but when they came back they were not allowed to bring them back. So the chorus. Da dum da da dum da dee da 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 dee-da-da-dum, dee-da-da-da-dum, dee-da-da-da-da, dee-da-da-da, dee-da-dum, ba-da-da-da, da-da-da-dum.
We'll rant and we'll roar like true British sailors. We'll rant and we'll roar on the salt sea until we strike sounding in the Channel of England. From Russian to Scilly is 35 leagues.
Farewell and adieu to you Spanish ladies. Farewell and adieu to you ladies of Spain. Oh, we have been ordered to sail for old England. We hope in a short time to see you again.
We'll rant and we'll roar like true British sailors. We'll rant and we'll roar on the salt seas until we strike soundings in the Channel of old England. From Washington to Scilly is 35 leagues.
We heave our ship to with the wind to the southwest. Heave our ship to take soundings so clear. 'Twas 45 fathoms to a white sandy bottom, then straight up the channel of old England it's steer.
We'll rant and we'll roar like true British sailors. We'll rant and we'll roar on the salt seas until we strike soundings in the Channel of England. From Washington to Scilly is 35 leagues.
The first land we made, it is called the Dublin, then Rainhead of Plymouth, sight Portland and White. We sailed by Beachy, by Fairlight and Dover, and then bore away for the South Foreland Light.
We'll rant and we'll roar like true British sailors. We'll rant and we'll roar on the salt seas until we strike soundings in the Channel of England. From Washington to Scilly is 35 leagues.
The signals made for the Grand Fleet to anchor, all in the Downs that night for to lie. So stand by your stopper, let go your shank painter, haul up your clew gardets, let tack and sheet fly.
We'll rant and we'll roar like true British sailors. We'll rant and we'll roar on the salt seas until we strike soundings in the Channel of England. From Washington to Scilly is 35 leagues.
Now let every man quaff down his full bumper, let every man quaff down his full glass, for we will be jolly and drown melancholy. Let's drink to the health of each true-hearted lass.
We'll rant and we'll roar like true British sailors. We'll rant and we'll roar on the salt seas until we strike soundings in the Channel of England. From Washington to Scilly is 35 leagues.
Well, you're very kind, and again, I do thank you for singing it. Very good to you. Next one is, next one, again, is surprisingly early. Its origins are Elizabethan, but it changed. I mean, of course, because folk songs do change over hundreds of years. This is a very early song about sex tourism. So this is the Maid of Amsterdam, which is number... Right, you got it. Maid of Amsterdam.
Well done.
So, as they say in French, the more it stays the same, or the more it stays the same. Or the more it changes, the more it stays the same. So, geez.
Since roving's been my ruin, I'll go no more a-roving with you, fair maid.
In Amsterdam there lived a maid, mark well what I do say.
In Amsterdam there lived a maid, and she was mistress of her trade.
I'll go no more a-roving with you, fair maid. A-roving, since roving's been my ruin, I'll go no more a-roving with you, fair maid.
I met this fair maid after dark,
Mark well what I do say.
I met this fair maid after dark. I took her to my favourite park.
I'll go no more a-roving with you, fair maid. A-roving, since roving's been my ruin, I'll go no more a-roving with you, fair maid.
I put my hand upon her knee,
Mark well what I do say.
I put my hand upon her knee. She said,
Young man, you're rather free.
I'll
Go no more a-roving with you, fair maid. A-roving, since roving's been my ruin, I'll go no more a-roving with you, fair maid.
I put my hand upon her thigh,
Well, what I do say,
I put my hand upon her thigh. She said,
it's not high.
oh,
No more a-roving with you, fair maid. A-roving, since roving's been my ruin, I'll go no more a-roving with you, fair maid.
I put my hand up higher still,
mark well what I do
say,
I put my hand up higher still. She said,
that's quite a thrill.
I'll go
No more a-roving with you, fair maid. A-roving, since roving's been my ruin, I'll go no more a-roving with you, fair maid.
she swore that she'd be true to me.
Mark well what I do say.
She swore that she'd be true to me and spent my money fast and free.
I'll go no more a-roving with you, fair maid. A-roving, since roving's been my ruin, I'll go no more a-roving with you, fair maid.
But when I got back home from sea,
Mark well what I do say.
but when I got back home from sea, a soldier had her on his knee.
I'll go no more a-roving with you, fair maid. A-roving, since roving's been my ruin, I'll go no more a-roving with you, fair maid.
It's very charming in the children's
We're now, yes, well, it took me ages before I worked out that Drunken Sailor is about a man not being able to get an erection. I never realised this when I was Anyway, row on is number, what is it?
Which one
I can't read it.
3?
Oh, it's 03. The 0 looks like a
03,
6.
yes.
It's number 3. Now, this is an American song. It's an American Quaker song, and it's from the Whalers. And so there was an island on the east coast where the Quaker families learnt from the Indians catching whales, and you got very good money for whale oil, which was used to light the public lamps in New York and London, for that matter. And so the Quakers yahoo for catching whales with the Quakers. Now this it's interesting. It's the nearest we get to a religious song, and you can very much feel the American Puritan streak in it, which I think is rather charming, being the romantic person I am. And but it was lost, and then it was refound in a ship's log in someone's attic in New York, and a Brit, they lost the music but they kept the words, so the Brit put it to music in about 1970. So this is the original words, but the tune was lost. But of course he tried to be authentic, as anyone would. Where are we? Row 1, which is in D.
Row on, another day may shine with brighter lights. Lie by the oars and pull away. There's dawn beyond the night.
My God, you're quick. Right?
Clouds are upon the summer sky. There's thunder in the wind. Row on, and homeward high. There give one glance behind. Row on, another day may shine with brighter lights. Lie by the oars and pull away. There's dawn beyond the night. Where thou goest, the words of love say all that words can say. Changeless affection straight to prove what speeds thee on thy way. Row on, another day may shine with brighter light. Lie by the oars and pull away. There's dawn beyond the night. Like yonder river would I glide to where my heart would be. My bark shall soon outsail the tide that hurries to the sea. Row on, another day may shine with brighter lights. Lie by the oars and pull away. There's dawn beyond the night. Row on, God speed thy way. Thou shalt not linger here. Clouds hang around at close of day. Tomorrow may be clear. Row on, another day may shine with brighter light. Lie by the oars and pull away. There's dawn beyond the night.
Right, we're now back to more bawdy songs, which I prefer myself, which I think is number 26. Okay, can you read that?
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
26, Randy Dandy. Now, Randy Dandy refers to officers who were obliged to wear their fancy uniforms even in dirty or filthy weather. So that's a reference to the dandy-esque appearance of the young officers. And it's in D. And this is early 19th century. So I'll give you the chorus. It's got a bit after the verse, then a chorus. So, dee da 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 dum da da dum, way hey roll and go, dee dum da da dum ba da dum, to me rollicking randy dandy o, heave a port, oh heave away, way hey roll and go, the anchor's on board and the cables are stowed, to me rollicking randy dandy o. Now we are ready to head for the horn. Way, hey, roll and go. Our boots and our clothes, boys, is all in the pond. To be rollicking randy dandy ho. Heave a port, oh heave away. Way, hey, roll and go. The anchor's on board and the cables are stored. To be rollicking randy dandy ho. Man the stout capstan and he with a will. Way, hey, roll and go. Soon we'll be driving her way down the hill. To a rollicking randy dandy ho. Heave a port, oh heave away. Way, hey, roll and go. The anchor's on board and the cables are stored. To be rollicking randy dandy ho. Soon we'll be hauling her up through the locks. Way, hey, roll and go. Where them pretty young girls all come down in their frocks. So we're rollicking randy dandy ho. Heave a port, heave away. Way, hey, roll and go. The anchor's on board and the cables are stored. To be rollicking randy dandy ho. Well, we're bound for the Valley Po Bay. Way, hey, roll and go. Get cracking, me lads, it's a hell of a way. To be rollicking randy dandy ho. Heave a port, heave away. Way, hey, roll and go. The anchor's on board and the cables are stored. To be rollicking randy dandy ho. Well, again, we thank you. This is the last one we're doing. As always with these things,
24.
Clayton points out it's really a social night rather than sort of being a sort of couch potato like. If you want, we'll do a couple of numbers after we have a drink, but this is up to Clayton. Many of you.
Yes.
But if you wanted to talk to Clayton, you theoretically you can choose any of the songs from the book. There's a list of the songs on the front cover. So this is Wit Jamboree, which is I think one of the best songs. But then of course I like the dirty song. This is number 24. And again we'll give you the chorus. Da da dum da dum da dum 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 dee da dum da dum dee da dum da dum dee dum ba dum da dum dum dum.
Come and get your ropes, my son.
Jamboree, jamboree, there's a pigtail sailor coming up behind. Jamboree, jamboree,
Come and get your ropes, my son.
Now the pigtail sailor, of course, unsurprisingly, is a reference to a Chinaman because, as you'll find out, they go to where the Chinese opium dens and brothels and first Chinese restaurants were in Limehouse. So this is a good, honest London song.
Oh, the pilot, he looks out ahead with his hands on the can and the swinging of the lead. The old man shouts to wake the dead. Come and get your oats, my son. Jamboree, jamboree, there's a pigtail sailor coming up behind. Jamboree, jamboree, come and get your oats, my son. And now we see the lizard light, and soon, me boys, we will hear in sight. We'll soon be abreast of the Isle of Wight. Come and get your oats, my son. Jamboree, jamboree, there's a pigtail sailor coming up behind. Jamboree, jamboree, come and get your oats, my son. Now when we get to the Black Wall docks, and them pretty young girls all come down in flocks with their short-legged drawers and long-tailed frocks. Come and get your oats, my son. Jamboree, jamboree, there's a pigtail sailor coming up behind. Jamboree, jamboree, come and get your oats, my son. Now when we gets to Limehouse Way and on them girls we will spend our pay, not see more till another day. Come and get your oats, my son. Jamboree, jamboree, there's a pigtail sailor coming up behind. Jamboree, jamboree, come and get your oats, my son. We're now going to have a drink. If you want a one or two requests, talk to Clayton. And if you have a request, here, there are some lyrics for you if you want. Alright. Well, that's at your disposal.
Thank you, sir. It was not my choice, by the way. I'm just going to say this.
This was his choice.
So we have a guest.
Sorry?
We have a guest, which is very much in the tradition of shanties that you do have. Yes, you do get people doing songs.
Number
72.
Very
Sorry, it's a new song. Sorry about that. Might be in some of the books. 72. Might be. Alright, so I suggest, darling, I suggest you let Peter and this bloke stand together, because then they can reinforce each other.
You come here. You come here.
Don't worry, I'm calling as well, mate.
No, darling, we'll take it next week. Right, we got to start that.
You can call a little for you. Oh, the smartest clipper you can find is away, where you almost done. It's the margarine of the blue skyline.
Oh, clear away the track and let the bull get run. To be hey, rig-a-ding, the union's done. A hey, a ho, a almost done. A wisely on my knee. So clear away the track and let the bull get run. Now let's agree the key we're in. So,
I mean, you drove me up here.
I assumed you could sing it. Peter started, let him join.
Who says I can sing?
Yes, Peter started.
Oh, the smartest clipper you can find. Hey, oh, you must done. There's a Margaret Evans of the Blues Cross line.
Oh, clear away the track and let the boogie run. Singing, hey, ring-a-ding, let the boom-ding run.
Hey,
Oh, you must done.
Miserly all on my knee. So clear away the track and let the boogie run.
Carry on. I don't know why I'm going to do it. Carry on, sir.
on a clear sight that you can see.
Hey, oh, you must done.
This lies a all on my knee.
So clear away the track and let the boogie run. Sing a hey, ring-a-ding, and a boom-ding run.
Hey, oh, you must done.
Miserly all on my knee. So clear away the track and let the boogie run.
Wisely will you be mine.
Hey, oh, you must done.
I'll fetch you up in silk so fine.
So clear away the track and let the boogie run. To me, hey, ring-a-ding, a humorous run.
Hey, oh, you must done.
Miserly all on my knee. Oh, clear away the track and let the boogie run.
Oh, when I get home and stay on hey, oh, you must done. And then
I'll go to sea no more. Oh, clear away the track and let the boogie run.
to be hey, ring-a-ding on a lonely run. Hey, oh, you must done.
Miserly all on my knee. So clear away the track and let the boogie run. Ready to go! I'm now going to do a status hornpipe. Yeah, they are. And we're doing this to Old Tari Jack, which is, anyone know what number? 51. 51. So, chorus of Old Tari Jack. And then we will end up with Drunken Sailor. Now, what it is, the chorus is an echo. So, dum da da dum was a. Now I sing soak, and you sing soak soak. They will demonstrate. I'm going to do the words, and you'll hear them sing the echo.
Old Tari Jack was a soak, soak, soak. He liked to laugh and a joke, joke, joke. Skip said don't speak till you spoke, spoke, spoke. Old Tari gave him a poke, poke, poke. Lads in a whip going crack, crack, crack. See there was eyes on his back, back, back. Ears on his wrists going crack, crack, crack. As Tari stretched on the rack, rack,
And now from Hansel and Gretel.
la 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la.
Right. Don't you love it, girls? Yes.
No, not really.
2, 3.
Old Tari Jack was a soak, soak, soak. He liked to laugh and a joke, joke, joke. Skip said don't speak till you spoke, spoke, spoke. Old Tari gave him a poke, poke, poke. Lads in the whip going crack, crack, crack. See his eyes on his back, back, back. Ears on his wrists going crack, crack, crack. As Tari stretched on the rack, rack, rack. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Tari was shipped out of Spain, Spain, Spain. He had a fight on the main, main, main. He jumped the boat, but in vain, vain, vain. Swore he'd do it again, again, again. Lads in the west going crack, crack, crack. He there is wise on his back, back, back. Heels are his ribs going crack, crack, crack. As are he stretched on the rack, rack, rack. La 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 la. 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 Old Tory had a song. He left his watch for a top. He couldn't stop once he start. We couldn't tear them apart. Lads in the lips going crack, crack, crack. See there was eyes on his back, back, back. He tore his lips going crack, crack, crack. As Tory stretched on the rack, rack, rack. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la.
And we will end with Drunken Sailor, which I think everyone knows. What number is it?
8.
All right, well done, whoever that was. Number 8. Now, as I said, it wasn't until 2 years ago I realised this is about not being able to get it up, which I'd never realised as a child.
What shall we do? What shall we do?
What shall we do with a drunken sailor? What shall we do with a drunken sailor? What shall we do with a drunken sailor? Early in the morning, hooray! Up she rises, hooray! Up she rises, hooray! Up she rises, early in the morning.
Put him in the bowl and roll him over.
Put him in the bow and roll him over. Put him in the bow and roll him over. Early in the morning, hooray! Up she rises, hooray! Up she rises, hooray! Up she rises, early in the morning.
Put him in the scuppers with the lee rail under.
Put him in the scuppers with the lee rail under. Put him in the scuppers with the lee rail under. Early in the morning, hooray! Up she rises, hooray! Up she rises, hooray! Up she rises, early in the morning.
Put him in the brig until he's sober.
Put him in the brig until he's sober. Put him in the brig until he's sober. Early in the morning, hooray! Up she rises, hooray! Up she rises, hooray! Up she rises, early in the morning.
Put him in the whale and bacon parlour.
Put him in the weather and make him boiler. Put him in the weather and make him boiler. Early in the morning, hooray! Up she rises, hooray! Up she rises, hooray! Up she rises, early in the morning.
Shave his belly with a rusty razor.
Shave his belly with a rusty razor. Shave his belly with a rusty razor. Early in the morning, hooray! Up she rises, hooray! Up she rises, hooray! Up she rises, early in the morning.
Put him in the bunk with the captain's daughter.
Put him in the bunk with the captain's daughter. Put him in the bunk with the captain's daughter. Early in the morning, hooray! Up she rises, hooray! Up she rises, hooray! Up she rises, early in the morning.
Have you seen the captain's daughter?
Have you seen the captain's daughter? Have you seen the captain's daughter? Early in the morning, hooray! Up she rises, hooray! Up she rises, hooray! Up she rises, early in the morning.
Keel Holland,
Keel haul him,
Keel Holland,
keel haul him,
Keel Holland.
keel haul him, early in the morning. Hooray! Up she rises, hooray! Up she rises, hooray!
thank you, and thank you for having us, and blah blah. Sorry for the amateur this, but there we go.